One split for day, keep my mind right.
One split for day, I keep the evil away. One split for day, I keep the evil away. One split for day, I keep the evil away. One split for day, I keep the evil away.
Oh, touched it. I saw you.
Store as well, where you can get to sample some of their handmade chocolates that they make on a daily basis. We also get a glimpse of the production area where the chocolate is made. So we go there. That's a 17th century home of another pirate that lived in the Bahamas, depending on the traffic that is. We have stone rock, as this rock can act as a filtration system, meaning that water filters itself through this rock, leaving the impurities on the inside and only producing the fresh water. So around the 17th and 18th century in the Bahamas, this rock would have been used fairly on a large scale for our freshwater wells. Right now, those are mother bats, just probably being a little territorial over there, little young. Like I said, I got one right next to me to my left holding a baby and hanging. So these guys, you see this one right here holding a baby? You saw they grow just like these green little pods on the tree, and as they ripen, they get a bright yellow color. So once they're the bright yellow color, that is the fruit on the outside of the almond. People can eat that just like the sea grapes, and bats love those too. So in the evening time where there's less traffic of persons coming here, then they'd come out and they'd feed on this stuff. Open it. It's going to always have the one almond sitting right in the groove of the shell right there. And so because it's so tedious, and when this guy became the king of Spain, he gained that title of king, but also two very other unsavory titles along with the title of king. So the first unsavory title was the very ugly king. And the second one was the bewitched king. And now you're probably going to ask Captain Calico, why were people so cruel to this 3-year-old young man? And I usually tell persons in response that that young man's family, they kind of loved one another a bit too much. Not one, but two wives. So even though he had the two wives, I think his spark only ran so far because the ladies that he gained as his wives never gave him any kids or riches for themselves. So this made a lot of those privateers extra wealthy men, more wealthy than they would have ever become if they were lowly fishermen or merchants. So the guys had the privilege of doing this occupation for a duration of 13 years because that's how long the war would have waged. So throughout the duration of the 13 years, one of them is our pink house. So our pink house would actually be the equivalent of our White House. So this is where our Prime Minister and the Deputy Prime is actually owned by a very prominent black actor and comedian from the United States of America. Take a lucky guess which one. You can access that thing by a boat. The house is situated on the front. They'd make it right here. It'd be very fresh, and it would be the best quality for the conch dishes right at the Goldies. So they also have lunches and Bahamian cooked food like the fried fishes and the fried grouper. They get a great photo of it. Of that staircase that we talked about. So that guy, he was kind of always paranoid for no apparent reason, and because he was always paranoid, he let this paranoia show in his everyday works amongst these forts. So this is one of the 3 forts that still remains around the island that he would have created. You see this cool spot. He was the 4th Earl of Dunmore, and he was directly imported from Africa and forced to have joined this regiment. Capacity that they would have been taken from here with a special thong and loaded into the cannons behind us. And as you can see, those cannons can rotate from the bottom because they are on an axis. And so scientifically, it's been proven that bright colors are such as these bring persons and would have jumped over when he was here acting as Daniel Craig, acting as James Bond. So the house over here is the original.
It's infused with our 3-year-old Lamborum, okay? And then bless?
Yeah.
All right, good to go.
All right, ladies, step right on in. It's good.
Yeah, that's good. It's okay.
But right next door, we got a guy in a slightly smaller frame because we love this guy slightly less than we do. Love Christopher. And this guy is, we still call that island San Salvador to this very day. It is one of the islands of the Bahamas. But when he got there, he's discovered our indigenous persons, and this is what they would have looked like right here. So you can see that they really look like Taino Indians. But right over here, San Salvador now, but this is also what they would have looked like 300 years ago. So Captain John Watling's the same guy that named the distillery is named after. He discovered the island of San Salvador as well. Bananas, slices, sea grapes and other little plants and sugar cane and other things on this plantation, and they would have done that in our over there in that little circle is a piece of slicing. So that would have been the main thing that they would have grown around here. As you can see, when you see the barrels we speak, each of those barrels are ex-bourbon barrels that were imported from Kentucky and Tennessee. And the reason we wanted to use the ex-bourbon barrels is because the flavor and also the color gets, our rum gets the flavor. Got right over here one vodka and two of the rums, the pale and the amber. And then on the other side we got the Buena Vista and the Paradise rum next to them. 2-year aged rum here in the Bahamas is equivalent to like a 4 to 5 year aged rum elsewhere. On our last independence. Crazy. You see?
Tonight I'm out of control. Find more rounds of patrol. Find times that you want. Hold my dream, hold my hand. Talk to me slow, fuck me fast.
so I can take a photo of you.
Yes.
When you open the overhead compartment, please be careful as items may have shifted in flight.